G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Bloodied Gatling gun with 25% faster fire rate as a secondary legendary effect. Taking a quick look at the fire rate there, 600 is false. It's kind of exaggerated. Don't know why, but that's just kind of the way it is. It's always been like that. Maybe it's because this thing needs a crank to fire. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But anyways, I find the Gatling gun kind of an interesting weapon because it's really fallen out of favor with the general Fallout 76 community. It really fell behind, and I can pinpoint the exact moment. It's when they nerfed explosive. Pre-explosive nerf, you used to get 100% plus 100% damage to your explosive shots, and with the high base damage already, explosive bolstering it made it extremely powerful, and if you add the 2-shot into the mix, then you got like 6 times damage, something crazy like that. It's probably not entirely accurate, but a whole lot more damage than what you'd get out of these things today. And after that nerf, the DPS slowed down entirely. They still are a generally excellent way of conserving the 5mm ammunition, but honestly, that kind of grows on trees here, so you're better off using a minigun anyway. We'll find out whether the fire rate on a bloodied variant is going to make this good, but I don't think I've got this thing in too high hopes. But yeah, falling out of favor with the community, the DPS has definitely slowed down as compared to something like the LMG, which is a monster now. Keep in mind that this thing was widely used before the patch where they actually upgraded all the high DPS, high rate of fire things, the low damage per bullet variants of the heavy gun. So yeah, this one was a pretty good go-to thing, but yeah, it just kind of stagnated and didn't really evolve, and people don't use it anymore. Enough of me rambling, because no one really cares about the history of Fallout 76 weapons and as they are used in the community. I don't know, maybe some people are. Let's chuck on some heavy gunner perks, and Bloody Mess will get us to a damage that is going to be okay, but we're not going to be bolstering that with the bloodied effect just yet. I've also dropped Life Giver, Rejuvenated for Life Giver, because I'm kind of sick of Rejuvenated killing me. Now we're doing 158, pretty solid. Okay, here we are in Power Armor once again, now at Nerd Rage Threshold, and now we're doing 490 damage. It's not too bad. Okay, so here we are. We tried to copy the Master's iconography in Fallout 76 land, and my buffs are as follows. Specials aren't impressive because I don't have unyielding stuff boosting my damage, but let's get started on these super mutants, eh? Going to be using third person a lot during this video because the sights on this aren't the greatest. And I'm clocking 1k damage with the hits to the face, which is not too bad. That's only going to get higher as my adrenaline boosts even more. Yeah, that doggo was putting up a good fight, sitting behind the car, managed to survive more shots than what a standard super mutant could at that point. But now we're basically one-shotting everything, and we don't have to use this thing full auto. And oh, I took the big mag off. Now I've got 470 bullets in the regular mag. But yeah, at full adrenaline, 669 giggity. Well, now that I don't have the ability to reload this every 5 or so bullets that I fire, I want to see how far I can push this singular magazine. So this is one of the weapons that aren't great for the Strangleheart because, well, you're not going to get a whole lot of use out of the damage over time if you're only firing that fast. And that is fast for a Gatling gun, but compared to other weapons, it fires super slow. Alrighty, let's see how far we can get in here. Nice one shot on the Super Mutant Overlord. We must still have adrenaline at this point. Where's the other guy? There you are. So we can hip fire this thing pretty well. It's not like we're going to have too many problems targeting our enemies using the crosshairs. Obviously, Stabilize is bolstering that. So if I do want to aim down sights for a demonic amount of damage, that's going to be satisfying, I guess. And we've got enough range on this provided by the barrels that have been twisted, I guess. Like the barrels on the front, they say long barrels, but the exact same length. They have been rifled though, so maybe it makes the bullets fly straighter, allowing you to hit harder at range or whatever. It's kind of strange, but the ability to, increase your range slightly is good. Going to stop continuously firing this at nothing. It's not like we're using a vampire's minigun where we have to keep on firing this. Yeah, no problem taking multiple hits from our enemies because we've got defense protocols on our emergency protocols. I always call it defense protocols for some reason, but yeah, emergency protocols on The old power armor suit will help me tank. I've already killed all those blokes. Help me take anything that the enemies can throw at me, which is good. Now, if I do a good run in West Tech and usually don't fuck around, I end up getting around 3.5 minutes worth of shooting in West Tech. So if I can get anywhere between 3.5 to 4 minutes, I'll be pretty satisfied with this thing. Don't lack the accuracy of this thing on the move. Just stand still and let the massacre begin, I guess. A little bit of sneaky stealth there, hitting for 1300. Not too bad. Where do you think you're going, mate? He's going straight to hell. Alright, we'll open up this room and see what things we can do here. So, yeah, unlike the minigun, it's still going to be an extremely ammo-efficient approach to using heavy guns, but unless you're using a top-tier legendary variant, you're not going to see incredibly high DPS. You won't see this thing killing the queen in less than, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, I guess. Not sure if I want to do a queen test with this thing because the prime receiver is actually a lot slower than the speedy receiver, so we'll get a little bit less DPS maybe for higher damage per shot plus that scorch bonus. I might have to take a look at that, but yeah, I've also need to grab a few more 5 mils after I used about 4,500 on him to kill the queen with the vampires minigun. Just kill that thing. Hello. How did you get yourself in there? That's locked, isn't it? I guess he was in Super Mutant Jail. There's the last one. And we're done. Alright, we still got 323 left in the magazine. I want to see how far I can push this, because if I'm accurate enough with this thing, I might actually be able to last the entire video on just one mag, which is incredibly powerful, I guess. So if you were to all just kind of line up here. Step right up, boys. So it shouldn't be too hard to one-shot every single one of these bastards, considering we could one-shot the super mutants if we got them in the head, but the ghouls are a lot squishier. Stop making me waste bullets, please. Wow, that guy's doubly fucked because he's glowing and I've got a little bit of glow sight on. I actually do have concentrated fire, but I don't really see fit to use that right now. Of course, you're here, mate. Yeah, a little bit of acid always convinces the manager to get off his lazy ass. Pretty cruisy run when you're in power armor with emergency protocols. And okay, that guy just had to get off the bus. Almost done. One more to go. That was probably a legendary here. If it's anything good, I'll let you know. I didn't drop anything too notable except for 2 Gauss rifles, one 1-star, another 2-star. And the interesting thing about this one, if you take the first 3 letters of what this thing's called, it might actually describe what this thing is. Stealth, swan, kill, go. Would have been quicker if I hit him in the head. So to be perfectly honest, I'm not actually finding a lot of faults in this weapon at all. Granted, its rate of fire isn't the highest, and not getting the bonuses out of the power armor can hurt its damage output slightly, but I'm finding that it does a lot of damage anyway, and the damage per bullet, considering it's firing only a 5mm cartridge, is impressive, to say the least. Don't need a grenade to get old mate queen out. Can I just hit that? Oh, it's a legendary queen. This is a rare sight, and now it's going to kill me with damage over time. Not if I fly, though. She's mutated at this point. We'll just keep on hitting her. She's going to moonwalk for a second. I must have gotten a lucky hit on her spouts or something, because she didn't huck an acid loogie at me. Wow, another assassin's thing. What garbage. Thanks, queen. Alrighty, we've got 200 left and 2 more places to clear out. Gives me 100 for each, but I'm going to need at least, I don't know, maybe 150 to take the Scorch Beasts. Obviously, when we get the sneak criticals for double damage, it's going to be a bit easier. And if we can get the drop on these snelly bastards, it'll be good. Just make sure we don't get spotted by them. Because remember, when you think stealth, think of someone wearing bright red power armor, firing some sort of ancient weaponry. Oh, I can one-shot them anyway. Well, that's nice. You know, the Snelly gases are not to be trifled with. They're actually kind of deadly. So, you know, good on them for being a little bit dangerous and a little bit more of a threat than your average turd enemy that spawns here. I don't think they're as powerful as gulpers. Nothing can be as powerful as gulpers, especially with the ones with the human teeth. But yeah, we use 7 bullets there. That's efficient. Okay, here we are, Fissure Prime. 193 bullets left in the magazine. We could probably do it. Playing a little bit more conservatively now, because I feel like I might take a bunch of shots to take the Scorch Beast down. At least 30 to 50 each. But what we can do is just lure them in nice and closer. Get all of these guys around here so I can get some adrenaline up. Probably could have chucked on something like, what's it called? Ye old... Okay, that's some good damage. Not bad. I think he's going to land. That is a mistake, Mr. Scorch Beast. And you've done the same thing. Bravo. Just gonna continue chaining headshots, and we're actually able to outpace a health regeneration on that bugger. So, there you go. Luckily, I've got the Strangleheart armor to let me know when there's things behind me. There was 3 of them, in fact. We'll keep on shooting them. Yeah, this thing, despite being slightly less favorable by the community, by their standards today, it's still the king of ammo efficiency, that's for sure. That is not a good drop at all. That's okay, I need script anyway. I haven't got 1,000 script yet on across all characters. I'm not even close, actually. So if you're able to... Can I get a Scorch Beast? Nope. Looks like the well of continuous Scorch Beast repopulation has exhausted for this time. And we are still about 150 bullets away from having to reload this thing. So, wow. A complete spotlight run without even expending an entire mag. Granted, I had the smaller mag on, but, you know. I think I saw a sloth over there. I certainly did see a sloth. That sloth is dead now. Yeah, accuracy at range, ammo efficiency, and damage per bullet is kind of what you get out of this thing, and you can't really fault it for doing that. It gives it a nice niche, all things considered. It may not be the raw bursting power of the light machine gun, for instance, but it can sure drop things quickly if you've got a decent enough build to keep it running. Or maybe Bloodied is just an extreme showing of what this thing can do. And there's your reload. You can now be reloaded. But 136 bullets left. I could have gone and cleared out Muty's Plaza again with that. And I think you get the point of this weapon. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, well, this one's not mine. This is on lease, so you have to ask Mr. Gameplayer to help you out there. Thank you for watching, guys.